Good morning. Today is Friday, August 20th, 2021. Welcome to Column Hinge at Alpha Omega. We're located halfway between Death Valley and Las Vegas. Halfway between Joshua Tree and Area 51 in the Mojave Desert of the Southwest United States.
You have found your way to the most unique live stream daily ritual presentation on the entire internet. That's right. Welcome to the Lost Magic of Jesus Revival. The ancient magic ritual you're about to experience comes from the earliest days of Christianity, back when magic was still allowed as part of Christianity before the Romans took over. And in those days, you see, Jesus was still teaching magic to his disciples. We lost it because they did everything they could to eradicate it in the 3rd century. But we got it back when archaeologists found the documents buried beneath the sands of Egypt in 1769, containing 2 lost books of the Bible, the 1st and 2nd books of Yahweh. The ritual we're performing this morning is called the Opening of the Treasure of Light, and it comes from the 1st book of Yahweh. I'm Bishop David Griffin.
I'm Witch Queen Leslie McQuade.
And this is the Lost Magic of Jesus Revival.
The sun is the dispenser of light to the earth. May the living light of the God Force inflame our souls with abundant life.
Our destiny lies amongst the stars, and to the stars humanity shall ascend.
Take a nice deep breath and feel into your body. Breathe deeply. Feel each breath as it moves into you. Follow your breath as it spreads throughout your body. And as you are breathing deeply and feeling deeply into each and every part of yourself, visualize yourself as the tree of life, however it is you imagine that tree to be, and grow your branches up high into Alpha Sky. Drive your roots down deep into Omega Earth. I call on you in the east, Alpha. I call on you in the west, Omega. I call on you in the north, Alpha. I call on you in the south, Omega.
Alpha.
Et Omega.
The beginning.
And the end.
And the path of the age between. Sunrise.
And sunset.
And the path of the sun between. Birth.
And death.
And the path of life between. Alpha.
Omega.
This morning, we will be opening the 21st Treasure of Light. We begin by reaching out to the angels in the invisible. Angels of the 21st Treasure of Light, attend. Watchers, we know your names, so stand aside and grant us entry into the 21st Treasure of Light. Ozaz. Ozaz. Elois. Elois. Azaias. Azaias. Let the watchers withdraw, and let us enter into the 21st Treasure of Light. And there are 12 heads in my Father's treasury, and these are the names that are in the places when they sing praises to my Father, and he gives light power to them. Zo Zeai. Zo Zohozai. Zohozai. Ozazaksai. Ozazaksai. Naozaiai. Naozaiai. Marazaz. Marazaz. Ozaez. Ozaez. Ozaia. Ozaia. Oza, oza. Oza, oza. Os ho zoza. Os ho zoza. Azaiaos. Azaiaos. Naya ozaze. Naya ozaze. Anazaz. Anazaz. So we completed our journey through the places. Invoking each of the 12 mighty angels, head in his proper place and her proper rank, until at length we came into the place of the midst, the place of the middle, the place of the Father of the treasure of light. O Father of the 21st treasure of light, by your cipher and by your name we invoke you. Oazi-ai. Oazi-ai. Let the divine light descend. Almighty angels, thank you for coming. We recognize you. We thank you for keeping your ancient covenant with humanity. You promised that when the evil returns, so would you, to protect the human race. We are badly in need of that protection right now. As you know, you've seen what happened. You've seen what happened with the virus. You've seen what happened with the people getting sick now. You see, you know why. I'm not going to have to go and say that because they'll throw us off of the internet. But we want you to know that we know. You see what's happening. We see it as well. Being pinned in our homes last year on lockdown. This is because the earth is being invaded by demons. Satan and his hordes, his minions, his dark minions, have gathered on the borders of our reality and are invading our dimension, aided by the most despicable black magicians you can imagine. Satanists posing as magicians of light who have been manipulating things for hundreds and thousands of years, everything toward their aim. It's enough. That's why we're working. Now you begin to understand why Leslie and I have been out here for years, every day, with the same intention. Human liberty worldwide.
Human liberty worldwide.
Abolish slavery in all its forms.
Abolish slavery in all its forms.
And set our people free.
Set our people free.
Restore the purity of our air.
Restore the purity of our air.
Of our water.
Restore the purity of our water.
Of our food.
Restore the purity of our food.
And our medicines.
Restore the purity of our medicines.
Restore the integrity of our elections.
Restore the integrity of our elections.
May all who search for the abundant life promised by the living Jesus come to discover the ways of the God force and how to flood our everlasting souls with this living light. Most importantly, O mighty shining ones, keep your word, keep your covenant. Drive back the demons.
Drive back the demons.
We are already at war. Humanity is at war, whether you realize it or not. There are traitors among us who would fight against us, those of us who fight to liberate mankind. There are traitor magicians who would declare war against us because we're fighting for the freedom of humanity. That puts you on the side of the demons. That puts you on the side of the Satanists. Know that. Everyone sees you for what you are. All these things we ask in the name of the living Jesus. Amen.
Amen. So mote it be. Take a moment now to again feel into your body. This ancient magical rite we are doing together helps you experience more God force energy right now. When you take in a deep breath, think about God force energy and you will breathe it in. And you will know you have because your skin will respond. You will feel a difference in your physical body when you think about God force energy before you take your next breath. And then when you take that breath and the God force energy rushes into your body, you feel its warmth and energy spread like warm milk sliding through your veins, warming you, making it easier to move, making it easier to feel the next sensations that are coming. And what is most important is that you know you have a personal connection with God, and God force energy is the proof of that. God force energy, when you breathe it in and you feel the response on your skin, is physical proof of the reality of God's love and concern for you personally. And that's why it is important for you personally to make the decisions that you know are best for you and your family. And when I say you and your family, I mean your human family, not necessarily your immediate family. And this is something that the Master spoke of. And when he told this, he explained it clearly to the apostles, but he only delivered the laity the outer message, the parable. And the parable goes like this. The parable is that when you are filled with even the faith of a mustard seed, you can move mountains. Now here in the United States, mustard looks different. It's a very small plant and you pull it regularly as a weed. That's not what mustard looks like, and not what it looked like in Jesus' time. In his area of the world, when a mustard seed grows, it turns into a very stout tree. It's amazing. I've never seen anything like it anywhere else. A mustard tree. And yet the seed is the same size as those that we see here in these weeds. The same size even as the mustard that is ground up, that's so full of selenium, that's good for your immune system. That mustard seed that's ground up. That tiny little seed, that is all the faith that is required for you to know what is right to do. And what is right to do is what God tells you to do, not what anyone else in your life tells you to do. Anyone else you ignore. You listen to what God says to do. And if God asks you to do something difficult, then you should do something difficult. If what God has given you to do as a task seems like more than you can do, then you underestimate yourself. God knows you are capable of more than you think you are. That is why you have been given such an incredible challenge. God has faith in you. Why have you no faith in him? Find your faith, even if it is only the size of a mustard seed, and you will know. You will know what to do. You will know how to stand up. You will know how to defend yourself when you turn your mind towards the idea of God force. And you take in one more deep breath.
Everyone knows, everyone has heard about the first war in heaven. That was the war in which Lucifer and his angels were cast out of heaven by Michael and his angels and became the fallen angels and eventually the demons. But what about the second war in heaven? Everyone has heard of Armageddon, but how many understand that Armageddon is not necessarily a physical war upon the earth? Armageddon is first and foremost the second war in heaven. Folks, remember what Jesus said. He said, "Be either hot or cold, because if you are lukewarm, I will spit you out of my mouth." The time for sitting on the fence is over. The time has come to pick a side. You are either with God and his angels and with humanity and fighting with us for a pro-human future, or you with Satan and his demons and fighting against humanity and fighting to enslave us. There is no lukewarm. There is no in-between. You are either for humanity or you are against us. There is nothing else. The war has already begun. And that's why we're here every day, fighting for humanity, for a pro-human future. And as God shall grant us, we shall be victorious, and humanity shall be free. We're about to enter into a golden age, the great golden age, heralding the return of the Lord. But before we can get there, we have to pass through a dark and terrible tribulation. It has already began. The plague has set forth across the earth. The dark demon, the dark rider, has spread the plague far and wide. And this is but the first of the 4 riders prophesied by the prophet John upon the island of Patmos. We are living now, folks, in the last days. This is it. These are the times foretold of in times gone by. This is the age of which John on Patmos spoke. These are the last days. This is the time of which the Master spoke about his return. This is the time to pick a side, for this is the day for the war of liberation of humanity has already begun. The great war in heaven, the greater war in heaven, when Michael shall forever subjugate the demons back to their dimension. And we here in Alpha Omega, we have chosen a side. We are with God and his angels. We are pro-human. we shall fight alongside humanity to free humanity to our dying breath, no matter what happens to us. This is our fight. This is our struggle. And if it's yours too, if you're a human being, a true human being, it's also your fight. We invite you to stand beside us and join us in our struggle. Daily, right here at sunrise, at Alpha Omega. This is a line in the sand. This far and no further shall the demons come. Thank you so much for coming out. I invite you to join us and drop by and visit our website at alphaomega.church. Download the free ebook we give you there that will give you the beginnings of the lost magic of Jesus system. That's right. The magic of Jesus has been returned to humanity in our darkest hour, in the hour of our greatest need, when we are overrun by demons and the dark rider has already passed across the earth with COVID-19, the first of the plagues. We'll be back here with you and for you again tomorrow in the hour of sunrise. And until then, as always, have faith and expect a miracle.
And until we have the pleasure of each other's company again, may the God force run strong within you. And, as always, may your magics work better than expected.